Breathe in if you could. The air itself is changing, though no lungs exist to feel it yet. Oxygen, once confined to water, escapes into the sky, invisible but powerful. It creeps into every nook, every sediment pocket, every shadowed microhabitat. It is silent, it is lethal, and it carries with it the promise of transformation. Beneath the shimmering surface, the first eukaryotic hunters glide with cautious curiosity. Their mitochondria pulse with energy, propelling them faster, granting precision strikes, subtle adjustments, and new hunting strategies. Yet even as they master this invisible force, the anaerobic organisms, the silent survivors of billions of years, recoil, retreating into hidden niches where oxygen cannot reach. The balance of life is shifting. Episode 7, Oxygen Revolution. Observe the amoeboid predators. Amoebozoa extends pseudopodia, probing carefully, measuring currents that now carry oxygen as a chemical predator itself. One misstep can disrupt internal biochemistry, halt motion, or even lead to death. The oxygen revolution is relentless, invisible, omnipresent, and unforgiving. Above the mats, chonoflagellates spin their collars with rhythm and precision. But the bacterial prey they once captured freely are now fewer. Oxygen-tolerant species flourish, while anaerobic bacteria retreat into shaded sediments. The hunt becomes a challenge of timing and chemistry light. Oxygen, nutrient flow, predator presence, all converging into a single, precarious moment. Flagellated excavates dart with lightning precision through these turbulent waters. They sense oxygen gradients, exploiting pockets where predation is minimal. Their flagella slice the water, not just for propulsion, but to generate currents that shift prey into position. Dinoflagellate ancestors twist and spin, balancing photosynthesis with predation. They are the first organisms capable of exploiting multiple survival strategies simultaneously, taking advantage of light, prey, and currents while avoiding deadly oxygen zones. Beneath the mats, Crucochidiopsis, anchored to sediment grains, resistant and stoic. Anaerobic bacteria cling to their shadows, waiting for oxygen to recede. Yet, this retreat is only temporary. Oxygen pulses reshape their microhabitats daily, forcing either adaptation or extinction. Slime mold like amoebae trail along detritus, decomposing organic matter, recycling nutrients, and creating microzones where life can endure in spite of this invisible invasion. Predator-prey dynamics intensify. Amoeboid predators stalk ciliates with more calculated precision than ever. Ciliates twist, generate microcurrents, and flee into pockets of lower oxygen. Mixotrophs both photosynthetic and predatory shift between light harvesting and hunting with agility, testing oxygen tolerances and refining strategies. Every interaction, every evasion, every capture is a lesson in survival on the knife. The first true oxygen-tolerant symbioses begin to emerge. Some amoeboid predators harbor photosynthetic endosymbionts, producing energy internally to survive sudden oxygen spikes. Flagellates carry nitrogen-fixing bacteria, establishing microzones of fertility that sustain themselves and smaller predators. These partnerships are fragile, constantly tested by the rise and fall of oxygen levels. Yet the very existence of these alliances marks the first steps toward ecological sophistication beyond individual survival. Even the cyanobacterial mats feel the pressure. Previously dominant, they now compete with oxygen-tolerant microbes. Some adapt by thickening their sheaths, producing chemical shields against oxidative stress. Others form ephemeral blooms in shallow pockets, harvesting light while avoiding oxygen-heavy currents. Each adaptation, each failure, reshapes the ecosystem subtly but decisively that observe the currents themselves. Invisible waves of oxygen and nutrients sweep across microhabitats, forcing predators and prey alike to adjust, innovate, and sometimes perish. Yugal-Ned ancestors navigate these gradients with uncanny precision, alternating between predation and photosynthesis. Haptophytes shimmer in sunlight, constantly adjusting position, feeding efficiently while avoiding lethal exposure to oxygen spikes. Even the tiniest flagellates influence the ecosystem through subtle shifts in movement, predation, and reproduction. Predation becomes a sophisticated game of chemical espionage. Amoeboid predators sense oxygen concentrations, stalking prey only in safe zones. Ciliates twist and spin to create turbulence that flushes prey from hiding while simultaneously protecting themselves. Mixotrophs evaluate light, nutrients, and predator density to optimize energy intake. Each encounter refines evolutionary strategies, honing the balance between risk and reward. Oxygen acts both as a weapon and a catalyst. Anaerobic species vanish from exposed surfaces, retreating deeper into sediments. Predators exploit these retreats, hunting in the margins where oxygen is lower. The lagoon pulses with unseen tension, a crucible of adaptation that forces life to innovate at an unprecedented pace. The first glimpses of cooperative behavior intensify. Aggregations of slime mold like amoebae temporarily coordinate to hunt larger prey or defend against oxygen surges. Ciliate colonies synchronize feeding, creating currents stronger than any individual could produce alone. Each successful cooperative act reinforces the evolutionary advantage of collaboration, hinting at the multicellular future. Sediment ridges, sunlit patches, shaded pools, and cyanobacterial mats form a mosaic of opportunities and peril. Dinoflagellates exploit vertical oxygen and light gradients, while amoeboid predators stalk these zones with precision. Microhabitats ripple with chemical cues, predator-prey interactions, and symbiotic feedback loops. No organism is too small to matter. Every motion contributes to the dynamics of survival. Innovation accelerates. Amoeboid predators develop faster responses. Flagellates exploit turbulence to trap prey. Mixotrophs refine energy allocation. And oxygen-tolerant bacteria expand their niches. Currents, sunlight, nutrients, and chemical signals interact in a dynamic dance, selecting for traits that enhance survival in this volatile, oxygen-rich world. The lagoon hums with potential. Life operates on the edge of possibility, constantly testing limits, forming alliances, and experimenting with strategies that will echo into the rise of multicellular organisms, ecosystems, and eventually terrestrial life. The invisible pressure of oxygen reshapes physiology, behavior, and community dynamics simultaneously. And far above, the atmosphere thickens with this new gas, creating an environment that will eventually support more complex life plants, animals, and forests yet to come. Life in the lagoon adapts, evolves, survives, and innovates in real time, preparing the foundation for ecosystems of unimaginable scale. Step closer and witness it. Amoeboid predators gliding with precision, ciliates generating currents to manipulate prey, mixotrophs toggling between feeding modes, cyanobacteria fortifying mats, decomposers recycling nutrients, and symbiotic units working together in delicate balance. This is survival on the razor's edge, an evolutionary crucible where every decision shapes the trajectory of life. The oxygen revolution is not just a chemical shift, it is a narrative force pushing evolution into overdrive. Species capable of tolerating or exploiting oxygen gain advantage, those that cannot vanish. Cooperation, specialization, and flexibility emerge simultaneously, setting the stage for multicellularity, ecological networks, and complex life. Below the surface, currents whisper of the next evolutionary leaps. Temporary multicellular clusters, coordinated hunting, and symbiotic alliances hint at the beginnings of true organismal complexity. Evolution experiments, tests, and innovates with relentless efficiency. Here, in this crucible of oxygen, currents, and predation, life sharpens its strategies, adapts to unprecedented pressures, and survives where it could not before. Every cell, every movement, every interaction contributes to the invisible architecture of future ecosystems. The oxygen revolution has begun, and life is poised to step into a new era of complexity and opportunity. Next, Episode 8, Microbial Empires. This is HistoPrimordia, where history comes alive. Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and join us for the next episode story.